So I wanted to ask you another question, and this is a little more serious, okay?
Okay.
So I want to touch on white supremacy, okay? I'm sure you're aware, but there is a rise in white supremacy happening in this valley. I have a very good friend, a person of color, who just left Ashland. And they left because they genuinely feared for their safety after seeing all the seething hatred and just general bad vibes that have been coming down our very streets simply to oppose Black Lives Matter protests. Would you like to talk about this? I would like to ask, what are you doing to protect and provide comfort to the Black, Indigenous people of color in our community?
This is a really important question, and a tragedy, frankly, that anybody living in Ashland, residing in Ashland, and anybody anywhere in our country has to still worry about being judged by the color of their skin rather than the content of their character. It's stunning that we're still here, but we are, as you say, in fact, still here. So what can we do about it? I think it begins with a social equity index, and it begins by taking real action. Stop and Identify was a measure that absolutely disproportionately affects people of color, and it never should have passed. Having laws that protect people in terms of policing is important. We disproportionately stop Black folks in this town. It's just statistically accurate that if you're Black in Ashland, you're twice as likely to be stopped. Come on, like, stop doing that. Let's fix that. The OSF actor, Tony Sancho, this guy was coming home from a party, walking, yes, intoxicated by looking at the video, and he admits that. But that's not illegal to walk while intoxicated. Why did they handcuff him and take him to the Jackson County Jail, where he alleges he was chained to a urine grate for hours? The video confirms that he was chained to a urine grate. Why, I don't know. There's more to discover on that. But why was he put in handcuffs? He asked not to be. They claim that they were stopping him to protect him. Were they? Did they protect him, or did they hurt him? So we need to take that stuff seriously, and we need to be told as a community what we're going to do to stop that from happening again. We have denied in this community and throughout the Rogue Valley that in policing agencies there's implicit bias. Listen, that's nothing to be ashamed of. We want to fix that. Everyone has implicit bias. Everybody. If you're living and you're breathing, you have implicit bias. And it says this: implicit bias just means you're unaware of it, but you tend to appreciate and communicate and work with people who are a little bit more like you than people who are not like you, right? And that's a bias. So we have implicit bias, and we need to address it. And we need rules among our policing agencies that tell us that these behaviors are not acceptable, to the point of consequences. The people who handcuffed Tony Sancho are still at the cop shop, and nothing's happened to him. There should have been a consequence, in my view. I also think that we should have a social equity index in terms of hiring in the city of Ashland. We need to be looking at how we hire people. Why is everybody in power a white person, and why are most of them men? Come on. You know, so these are ways that we can incorporate in the fabric of our community a sense of safety and inclusion.